Hey guys, it's me, Brad. And you know what? It is now August. And with that comes the new Humble Choice games. Like every month, I come in, I tell you what the games are kind of about, let you see them, and then ask you questions on which one you would like to play and give you some thoughts on what I feel about the game. So, first up, we have The Ascent. I don't actually have this game, but it is a solo and co-op action shooter RPG, kind of like a top-down almost, in a cyberpunk world. I like sort of these games that I can play with my daughters usually, but when you're playing alone, it is not as, I don't know, fun. But if you have friends and you could do couch co-op or even over the internet play, this might be something that you might be looking forward to. It is a $30 game because the graphics are really high done. I think it's up to 4 players and looks really, really stellar. All right, so next up, we have Hot Wheels Unleashed. If you've been watching my channel for any long period of time, you would know that I'm not a big fan of racing games. I don't have a lot of enjoyment with them. But, I mean, for a newer Hot Wheels game, you're not going to get a better deal on this, man. You've got a lot of tracks, got a lot of different cars, pretty much a lot of different cars. You got a DeLorean in there, Snoopy's car. Basically, every Hot Wheel that have been made, you can run into a race. So it might be really interesting to see. Like, I wish they had like an auto racing feature, but I probably won't play that. I know, I'm super weird. Next up, we have A Plague Tale: Innocence. I can't remember if this is the first one or the second one. I have not played any of these, but I really have wanted to. Story-based games, really well done, really well done. Because I know they have 2 out, and it's supposed to be a trilogy coming soon. But, as it says, follow the grim tale of young Amicia and her little brother Hugo in a heart-rending journey through the darkest hours of history. Hunted by Inquisition soldiers and surrounded by unstoppable swarms of rats, Amicia and Hugo will come to know and trust each other as they struggle to survive against overwhelming odds. They will fight to find purpose in this brutal, unforgiving world. So, yeah, it's really dark. But the story, from what I've heard, since I haven't actually played it myself, that the story is very well done. And I mean, still, the game's almost $50. It's a game that I'm probably going to play. At some point in time, I will definitely play this. Maybe I can get the girlfriend to play it with me. Or maybe I can get her to play it on her own, and she'll make a video of it. I'm slowly getting there, guys. Slowly. Next up, we have Gas Station Simulator. Fun fact about me, I actually ran a gas station for almost 10 years. I was the manager, and now I hate everything about it. But this one is your basic simulator game. You build up the gas station from pretty much scrap. It's destroyed. You got to rebuild it and make it kind of flourish again. Buy everything that goes with it, expand it, customize it, and pretty much do everything. It looks like it's kind of like a I don't know, a 1950s sort of base of game based on the cars and the gas station apparatuses, the pumps, as you will. It is very well done graphics-wise. I don't know, I might play this. I might. It brings back a lot of really painful memories. Next up, we have In Sound Mind. Now, this is a horror game, which I have seen a lot of my horror guys play. Specifically CJU. If you haven't noticed him yet, he plays a lot of this. And this is a really interesting game. A lot of puzzles in this. And it's something I've wanted to play personally, but sometimes it's hard for me to sit down and actually play a first-person game like this, with my life being as hectic as it is. But, as the game says, as you awake in the corridors of an inexplicable building, you find the environment takes on a life of its own and leads you to discover a series of victims, all exposed to the same experimental chemical. In your search for answers, bizarre visions emerge and to introduce a host of imposing horrors, and a cat named Tanya. So it is a very interesting game. It's got a lot of positivity on Steam. So if you haven't seen it yet and you haven't played it yet, this might be a good time for you. Next up, we have Mind Scanners. If you have not been paying attention, I have played this game. I pretty much got all the way to the end of the game, and then I kind of lost interest in it because that's how my mind scatters. It was really fun. It's kind of like a Papers, Please, but for mental health. And, you know, horrible, I don't know, I wouldn't call it capitalism, because it's not, but like just dystopian society. If you like Papers, Please, and you like these sorts of games where you have to kind of figure things out as you go, and hopefully you don't die, and hopefully you don't do this, you know, it's really interesting. Next up, we have Emily is Away. I think I have the first two of these games, but this is number 3, where the entire game is played through Facebook and Instant Messenger, and it's a horror game. Most people won't tell you that, but this is basically a horror game. All of these are. But there are huge many branching paths and things like that. And it's very, very interesting. Low-res graphics, but a very fun kind of pick-up-and-go game. Last on the list, it looks like we have Omno. I've never heard of this at all, but it looks to be sort of a adventure game. Very cartoony. I kind of like the graphics. Omno whisks you away on a journey to discover through an ancient world of wonders. It's a single-player adventure full of puzzles, secrets, and obstacles to overcome. So the environment is very interesting. I really kind of like it. It might be really cool. This is the power of a lost civilization will carry you on an epic quest through lush forests, sun-blasted deserts, and frozen tundras, even to the clouds. On your way, you'll discover a vibrant world full of strange and wonderful life forms, from cute little critters to enigmatic giants and everything in between. So, this looks like an interesting game. I don't know if I'll play it or not, but it does look like a cool little adventure game where there's not a lot of like fighting or anything like that. Again, this month there really isn't a lot of games. But I mean, still, you're getting some high-quality games for the low cost that you're doing it. This specific charity this month is the National Network of Abortion Funds. As we all know, we've had to kind of come to terms with terrible leadership in today's society, as it has been going on for a long time. And this network here is supposed to help out, find resources, and help mothers and people who need help in that area. So, as always, these are the games of the month of August. If there's a game on here you'd like to see me play, just let me know in the comments. If there's a game on here that you want to play, let's talk about it. I'd like to know what your feelings are about it. But until then, guys, be kind to each other. I'll see you in the next video.